to a replay of the round 9 match between Adelaide and Carlton from Amy Stadium. To the teams, and it was only fitting that in the AFL's Indigenous round, Adelaide champion Andrew McLeod would break Mark Rasciuto's club record as he lined up for game number 313. The Crows had intended to bring back Robert Shirley to do his customary job on Blues skipper Chris Judd, but he was suspended in the SANFL, which gave Brent Riley a reprieve. To the Blues, and they made one late change, with Heath Scotland coming out of the lineup, replaced by Simon Wiggins. The Crows had lost 3 in a row and hadn't won a game at home after 4 attempts. Could they turn things around on McLeod's big day? Let's find out as we go to the action.
Stevens, and it looks like young Joseph is going to tag Andrew McLeod in game 3-1-3.
Richard Douglas, the first to go to Murphy. Wait and see who goes with Judd. It might be Thompson, the man with the first kick. And driving Adelaide into attack. Good start this by the Crows. First clearance to them. Edwards marks. Got a lead on. Paul Pleasure couldn't quite get there. Cutting in front was Jamison. Chance though for Adelaide. Kick around the corner. And it just stays in the field of play. That came from Douglas.
So a good contest from young Kurt Tippett, who's looks like he's been pushed forward, and with Marich being brought back into the side, probably Marich and Moran for most of the day in the midfield, with Tippett playing out of the forward post for most part.
Doughty's gone to Judd, and Armfield's gone to Edwards as Stevens clears for Carlton. Only as far as Symes for Adelaide, not sure where to go. Goes back to Scott Thompson. Hooks it round the left, Blues with numbers. They'll work it out. Favola's a long way from home. And he squeezes it out to Betts, but this should suit Adelaide. They've got numbers back.
Well, they certainly have, and that's why with Favola pushing back to centre-half back. Now, he's obviously trying to get in the game, get some possessions, try to help the defensive half of the Blues. The only thing that does need some really strong work rate by the forwards to push back into the forward half, because, as we know with Adelaide Crows, they've set up this strong defensive zone, and they've players with the likes of Rutten and Stevens just sitting back waiting for the long ball in.
If I was Brett Ratton, I'd be just saying, all right, Fev, you've got a couple of cheapies now, get back in the forward zone so we can kick a goal.
Strong tackle from Murphy on Douglas, ball spilling free, coming through Simpson, manages to get it forward. Stevens gets an unkind bounce, everybody does, and it comes back to Scotty Stevens. John Cox, switch of play, player standing in the middle. Van Berlo using Moran, didn't want to kick it, gave it straight back to him. Spreading wide.
Good kick out in front.
Otten.
Oh, didn't get the handle on it though.
Hampson was with him, Holton gets the bounce back. He's the man of the moment. McLeod. And spoil came from Jordan Russell.
The thing is with the likes of Favola pushing up the field once again, he's got to be able to go only far enough so he drags Rutten up. Once Rutten drops off back into that space, just too easy for the Adelaide Crows to defend. So maybe up to the centre circle, but I wouldn't like to see him going too deep into defence. Otherwise, just too hard to score.
Aaron Joseph now has got the job on McLeod. I think they just let the dust settle, and now they've thought, OK, we're going to go with this matchup. And he's already niggling Andrew McLeod, and Andrew's given him a couple of short ones, which is good to see.
Technically, what's a short one?
Just a legal... It is a legal short one.
Just a little reminder that there's a game on.
And I've achieved a lot in the game.
Spoken by a guy that's played 313 games as well. Good mark in defence.
Most of them fairly angry, I might add.
That was Bauer. Carlton to clear, but Adelaide have got, I guess, dominance at the moment. It's only early days, but they're pressing first. McLeod. Doughty. Play on. Van Berlo. Trying to convince the umpire it went 15. Gets some pressure from Judd, and he forces the error. It'll be a Carlton kick.
Gee, it's been played on the Adelaide Crows terms at the moment, though. Their midfield is getting plenty of the ball. Their good players are getting it in their hands early. I don't think Carlton's gone back into their forward 50 yet. Even probably nearly got past the back of the 50-yard square.
Struggled at this stage, Carlton. But the good thing from Carlton's point of view, although they haven't had the ball in their hand, they're actually their pressure on the ball carrier has been good. Just haven't allowed the easy entry for the Crows into their forward 50.
Jamison, chance here for Waite. Now this is their first inside 50. Robinson from 55 gets plenty on it with the aid of that breeze that Lee was talking about, and that's a behind. First score of the afternoon.
Came back into the side last week, young Robinson, after having, I think it was 3 weeks in the reserves, after a good start in AFL football. Exciting half forward, but needs to kick those opportunities.
From the kick in, Douglas gets it out to the wing. This is Doughty presenting for him, Edwards. Heads into the pocket. Good lead, Dangerfield. Got him. Lost Russell there. And we called the game last week, Alistair. I know we're both pretty keen on this young man.
Oh, he just oozes class, the young fella. But once again, a lot is asked of the young forwards, but he's managed to find some space in the forward half. They left him one out at full forward at one stage during the, I think it was the third quarter against the Brisbane Lions, and looks like he's very capable.
You'll find that's not Jordan Russell's man, but they just lost him in the flow of play.
7 goals, 6 for the season. Missed a couple last week and hasn't quite straightened the radar up just yet. The score's level.
Just got a little bit close to the man on the mark and ended up, had to pull the head up pretty quickly and just slice the ball right.
Let's go down to ground level, Lee.
Just an update with the Crows bench. Marich, Walker, also Riley and Vince, a couple of runners. So got plenty of guys to go forward for the Adelaide Crows in Marich and Walker.
So Jamison got it to Thornton. In turn, looking for Betts. That's not his go, one-on-one in the air. An easy spoil for John Cobb.
Gee, Fev is now on the wing. He's just going to run past this contest, Brendan Favola. Look, you've got the best full forward, one of the best full forwards in the competition. I'd like to get some scoring pressure against the Adelaide Crows. And I know they're not getting it forward, but that will happen sooner or later. They'll break through.
Chance here for Adelaide. Edwards looking dangerous up forward. McLeod showing the ball to the crowd. Back to Edwards. Sharing with Douglas on the left boot. Wobbles it forward. And in the right spot, Dangerfield again.
It wobbled forward and it was dropping, and Dangerfield, as good forward should be pushing up at the ball. So the skewed kick can be a chance of dropping in your arms, and on that occasion, he was in the right position. Just needs to settle on this one over the last few weeks. Just missed those few shots on goal, and already in the first quarter, sliced one out to the right. Start on the left post and should fade through.
Starts on the left post, Alistair, and stays there. He's got to get that straightened up, not just for him and his confidence. Adelaide need to get a couple of goals for all this work and all this possession.
Well, I think it was the second quarter against the Lions where they still had a lot of possession but didn't hurt the Lions on the scoreboard. In the end, it was turned around. Big turnover.
Doesn't get any easier than that. Tippett with the gift. Adelaide get the first goal as easy as you like.
Well, they rotate some big numbers through their kick-out position to the Blues. A lot of their midfielders, the likes of Gibbs, Murphy, Stevens, even Judd gets back there. On this occasion, looks like it was Bryce Gibbs that got back and just couldn't get it over the 6'6" frame of Kurt Tippett on the mark. That is a terrible kick. He was actually going to Chris Judd. I reckon Judd was only probably about 12, 13 metres away. It may have even been called play on, but that's a good start for the Crows and Kurt Tippett.
That's the error from Bryce Gibbs. There used to be pies in Adelaide called Gibbs pies. Well, he's kicked the pie straight to Kurt Tippett. And he's a class act, though. He just settled, think about it a little bit, get back out in the contest. Adelaide by 7 points. Inside 50, 6-1 early in the game. What can Stevens do about that for Carlton? Weight up forward, Stevens with him. Still Favola a long way from the goal square.
Yeah, and that must be an instruction from the coaching staff to have him that far away. As we touched on, I'd still like to have him close enough that he's dangerous and drag Rutten up. Rutten's very comfortable at full-back. You can't allow him to stay where he's comfortable.
Hampson was in front. Marich. Murphy there for Carlton. Eddie Betts, so dangerous in this position. Unfortunately for him, it goes across the face, but they can set up from the boundary throwing.
I think you've got to think what the opposition coach will be saying in the box. Now, Neil Craig would be saying, oh, I'm loving Fev up there. You know, if he's I know Rutten plays well at full-back, but you've got one of the best full forwards in the competition. Have faith in him.
Vince, Doughty, McKay. Switch of play. Otten runs away from Wiggins. Wiggins did enough to force the error. McLeod, Joseph Wright with him. Van Berlo, good clever handball. Good running
Good
Otten.
chase.
And Goodwin kept going for the Crows. Promising movement forward, 50 metres or downfield.
It was soft, but it was clumsy as well.
Walker, Dangerfield. Well, that's his third mark inside 50. It's his third shot on goal.
Well,